Hey there, I'm Toby Nomad. Welcome back to my channel, where I take you with me on travel adventures around the world. I'm attempting to live my dream life as a digital nomad, bringing you with me to give you a lot of inspiration and a little bit of truth. I like to do little mini-series on my channel as I bounce around the world from Europe to Latin America to the United States. This mini-series is called Must See Mexico. This is going to be a 2-week trip through one of my favorite parts of Mexico. And you're going to find out with me what's the social media fantasy of these places versus the reality. Make sure to follow along the whole series so you can see which ones end up being my favorites, because the true gems are at the end. Alright, let's land and check out our first destination. Hi there everybody, and welcome to a special journey that I'm going to take you on to an island in Mexico where the Caribbean meets the Gulf of Mexico, crystal clear waters and powdery white sand of your dreams. Absolutely enchanting. Or is it? That's what we're gonna find out. Is this island a hidden gem or a tourist trap? What island am I talking about? Well, some of you have probably already heard of it if you're travel savvy, reading all the little blogs, but most of you probably haven't. It's called Isla Holbox, or Holbox Island in English. This episode is very special because it's the start of a 5-episode series that I'm going to be doing, and I'm calling it The Jewels of the Yucatan. The Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico is this magical part of Mexico that I first came to when I was only 17 years old, and I've been in love with it ever since. Can you see why? I'm actually in Cancun right now. So Cancun is where you would start your journey if you were going to Isla Holbox, especially if you're coming from the United States. You could also start from Merida. This 5-part series is going to focus on the jewels of the Yucatan. The first destination, Holbox Island. What am I going to show you in Holbox Island? Well, first of all, I'm going to show you how to get there from Cancun, where I am right now. It's kind of a pain because you have to take a 3-hour bus ride and then a ferry, but supposedly it's worth it. I have a feeling it will be. I'm going to show you the idyllic beaches, 3 of the top ones. See how they really are. I'm going to literally take you right down onto the sand and the water. And the reason that I like to do that is because it's important for me to share the truth with you. So here I am with this travel vlog that I've been doing for a while now. For those of you that have been following along, welcome back. For those of you who are new, my name is Tobias. My friends call me Toby. And I'm traveling the world, mostly Latin America and Mexico, and trying to achieve the life of my dreams as a digital nomad, letting you see along the way whether I flop or fail and what I see and discover, in the hopes that it will inspire you to travel better and live better. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get over to Holbox Island and do some discovery. Can't wait to see you there. So Cancun is basically just a big strip of highway with a beach on one side. That's it. It's kind of like a big Las Vegas strip on the beach. You can't really walk into town or anything. Okay, so I'm on the bus to Holbox. It was kind of like a big cluster bomb getting on the bus, but it's the right price. So here we go, 2.5-hour ride, and then I'll be at the ferry, I guess. We arrived at the bus. Let's see how well these suitcases drag through the dirt. Okay, so it's actually quite a bit of a haul if you have big bags from where the bus drops you off in Chiquila to the ferry. The sun is really intense here, more than Cancun. Thankfully I have some new friends. One of them's helping me with one of my suitcases. So yeah, I would say like a 10-minute sunny walk to the ferry. And then we're gonna take the ferry to Holbox. Really nice day. Okay, so we're pulling out of Chiquila's harbor on the Holbox Express. So here I go for, I think, a 45-minute ferry ride to the island. And it costs about $10 or $11 each way for the ferry. But ready for the adventure to begin. Like a 15-minute deluggaging process. So now you take a golf cart from the ferry to where you're staying. So where I'm staying, it's called Cozy Rooms. It's an Airbnb, and it costs 150 pesos, which is about $8 or $9 to get there. So overall, from Cancun to here, it's already cost me $35. I just got my first glimpse of the water to my left. A little sneak peek, you can't see it, but I just did, and it looks really enticing. So I am at the end of a dirt road in the middle of the jungle, and I'm about to check into my Airbnb. It's a self-check-in. You don't even get the code until you get here. Then you have to sign up for their internet to get the code. So I'm waiting to get my code to check in. The beach is that way, and this is the jungle. So I'm basically on the edge of the jungle. So let's check in and see what the room is like. I'm supposed to find number 10. Yeah, this looks like 10. Okay, well, this room looks really cute. Looks like I got a little hammock outside. It's cozy, but it's big enough to put my stuff. I was worried, but it is. It's totally big enough for all my suitcases and stuff. Let's do a little bit of a bed test. Oh, the bed's not bad. No, it's not like too hard or anything. I love the blue paint, and I'm about to crank that AC because it is really hot. I'm gonna go grab my bags. Ready for first impressions of the beach near my Airbnb in Holbox. So the first beach that I came upon right at the end of my street looks pretty much like most of the beaches on Holbox. They've kind of created a party scene on the beach. Unfortunately, we couldn't even use the clip that I originally filmed because there was too much club music in the background, and YouTube doesn't allow any other music to be heard in the background for copyright reasons. Once I found a spot a little bit further away from the club music, I was able to give my first impressions. All right, so these are my very, very first impressions so far. I know it's very limited. The beach is really nice. It's really shallow, and the water felt warm. They got a bunch of these ugly barriers in the water. They're really ugly. I don't know what they're for. So that kind of takes away a little bit of the mystique. And I'm definitely not a fan of feeling like I'm on a club at the beach, so I don't like that at all. Let's see if there are some other beaches that don't have like a party vibe. If I wanted a party vibe, you could just go to Playa del Carmen or Cancun. So I came here for more of like the hidden gem vibe. And I would say right now, it does not have that vibe at this beach. But this is not the only beach that I'm gonna check out. It's just the closest one to my Airbnb. I'd be prepared for some mosquitoes, some seaweed, and probably some big potholes. So I got a little bit of a cold front, it looks like they call it, which coincided with some rain. I'm heading out to try to check out the 5-star resort beach at Mystique, but like a lot of other vloggers have said, when it rains here, it's really, really hard to get around because everything is mud puddles on these dirt roads. I'm glad I brought shoes that I don't plan on having that much longer. By the way, this is day 3 in Mexico. I'm already having the stomach grumbles. I'm taking a probiotic and a prophylactic antibiotic every day as recommended by a gastroenterologist. But yeah, I'm already getting a little grumbles. Nothing too bad yet, but let's hope it stays that way. This is the same beach I came to when I first got here in Holbox yesterday, and today is definitely very windy. And I don't mind a windy day, it keeps the party down. You've got to be kidding me. I didn't wear sandals today, just tennis shoes. And so here I am at Mystique, which is basically the only or one of two 5-star hotels in Holbox. Unfortunately, it happens to be a windy day and a rainy day, but you might get a windy day and a rainy day. You actually might get a few when you come here, so this might be the reality of staying at Mystique. So the forecast is about 75 degrees as a high and windy in the afternoon. 90% chance of rain earlier today, which is why there's all these puddles around here. It's a little hard walking around. You gotta hike a little bit to the beach. So this is where you'd be staying, back in there by the pool if you stayed at Mystique. So you're not really looking right at the beach from your room, even if you have a room right on the end. I probably wouldn't pay extra to be at this resort, but it does look nice if it's comparable in price. So this is the closest that you actually get to having a beachfront room here at Mystique, the 5-star resort. They look nice, but if you notice also, like, if you're on the ground floor or even the first floor up, you probably can't see much because it's blocked by the restaurant. So you have to walk out to the beach area for sure. So where I'm staying in an Airbnb for $80 a night, my walk is really not much farther. I guess if you want to pay for the extra block. But it would be nice to have a pool. So far, I've been to the beaches on the western side of the island to the west of the town, and they look a lot like this one. I can see how this beach would look pretty nice on a calm day, but I would not say it's 10 times nicer than the beaches further down where the beach clubs are. And I bet you they have a lot of music here too. I don't know though. And one thing I do like is, like, right next to the 5-star resort, you can tell like locals are hanging out. So a lot of this area is public. I like that. Okay, so here I am, a little bit sad in Holbox because it is my second full day here and it's basically nothing but clouds and a little bit of rain, which I don't mind the rain at all, but really heavy winds, like more than 20-mile-an-hour winds. So basically, like, the beaches are pretty much closed. Like, you can't rent beach umbrellas, beach chairs, nothing. It's too cold to swim. It's only like 70-some degrees. It's just basically bleh. So I'm really bummed. I've wanted to come to Holbox whatever, for such a long time, and I have 3 full days here, and 2 of them are kind of a waste. I did have really good food yesterday at Alta Gula, really great empanadas, but yeah. I came here for the beaches and to see if this was a hidden gem because of the beaches, and no beach action. So here I am on the little hammock at my Airbnb, and I'm gonna go try to enjoy Playa Punta Cocos, I think it's called, which is supposed to get a little bit less wind, but there's definitely gonna be no sun today. I don't know if it's gonna be that enjoyable. The good news is, supposedly tomorrow it's supposed to be partly cloudy, which means there'll be some sun and hopefully not as much wind, and I'll be able to enjoy some of these fabulous shallow sandbar beaches here on Holbox. I hope. Please. Please let there be some sun tomorrow. So this is what it looks like being sad in Holbox. I think it's about as far as I'm gonna go today. Was gonna go check out a beach even though it's cloudy and windy, but I don't really feel like walking through several ponds of water to get to a beach that might not be that amazing. So if little hitch a ride doesn't come by soon, I'm gonna pretty much just head back and call it a book day. I need the sunlight. There we go, all locked up. Come on after me, I want you. All right, adventureros. Well, it does not look like today is much less windy. Actually, so I've been here almost 4 days now in Isla Holbox. And my biggest question that remains, obviously the weather can change. Some days are sunny, some days are rainy, but I'm wondering, is it always windy here? Or did I just get some particularly windy days? I'm gonna try to investigate that today. Oh, the beach looks really pretty today. The water here is not as bright and clear as in other parts like Cancun or Playa del Carmen, but it's a really pretty, like, greeny, creamy color. And it's really, seems like it goes on like that forever. So, beach clubs are open today. Yeah, they are. This is the one right by my apartment, but I'm gonna go check out the other more famous beaches. So right now I'm at a swing at what's called Ensueño. I think that's the name of the hotel, but they put these swings on the beach. The beach looks really nice. There is a lot of seaweed though, but here's the thing. I've been researching the seaweed. Some amount of seaweed is actually natural and protective because it helps rebuild the beaches. An excessive amount though is actually detrimental environmentally and also aesthetically. I'm not sure what this would be considered. To me, this looks a little bit excessive, but like I said, some amount of seaweed is actually good because animals and microorganisms can live in it, and it also stops erosion. I'm really happy that I got a good day here. The water looks delicious. I'm a little bit to the east of the center, and I really love how the beach opens up here. I'm at Playa Holbox, so I'm not all the way out to Punta Mosquito yet, but the beach is already so delicious that I really can't wait to go in. The water basically looks like a milky green that just goes out really shallow all the way out to the horizon, so this looks really delicious, and I can't wait to go in it. Weather today, a little bit of breeze, which is actually nice, feels good on the skin. 81 degrees for a high, sunny with a few clouds rolling past. Literally perfect. So once again, this is Mystique, the 5-star resort. That's what the beach looks like. A little too much seaweed for my taste, but it is a nice resort. It looks like here there's not a ton of seaweed in the water. So I just learned a cool thing about Mystique. You can actually, for 700 pesos, which is about $35, $40, you can stay here for the day. That includes 500 pesos that go towards your food and drink. And you can use the pool, you can use the umbrellas, the lounge chairs, and they even have Wi-Fi out here. If you're looking for a place where you can work as a digital nomad with a good internet connection, Holbox Island is not it. There's a lot that this island doesn't have. But what it does have still, despite the fact that it's no longer a secret, are beautiful beaches, long, shallow sandbars, and a vibe reminiscent of another time. Alright, so it's a pretty good day so far. I'm here at Amaite Beach, which you can buy a day pass to, and it's got this beautiful kind of cement ruin that they've made really nice. murals on. And the beach is really lovely. I don't know if they've just done a really good job of cleaning up any seaweed, but this would be a place I would really like. I'm really close to downtown, the center of Holbox, but now I'm gonna head towards the east side, towards Punta Mosquito, which is supposed to be even more ravishing. But I like this place, this Amaite beach. There's definitely a vibe here that is not yet as explosively tourist. I don't feel like people are on top of me. I feel like I have a little bit of my own space. Now here at Amaite, there is a lot of like clubby music. I don't really love that, but other than that, it's really nice. I'm gonna try to find a beach club actually that doesn't have clubby music, because I'd love to just hear the waves. All right, so now I am to the east of the pier in the center, and I like here how kind of the beach opens up. You don't see as much of those barriers, but it's a little too music-y for me. I wanna just hear the waves, so let's go try to find that. This is the beach outside of CasaSandra. Gorgeous beach, but a little too much seaweed. So here at Palapas del Sol, you cannot rent for the day. You have to be staying at the hotel to use these. It looks like they do a really nice job here of cleaning up that seaweed too. Palapas del Sol. It's like a 10-minute walk from the main pier. So right now I'm outside of Caracol, and this is a really nice beach. It looks like right in front of Caracol there's actually no beach. It goes right up to the resort, but it's really shallow. There's a sandbar not far out. It's shallow really far out past the sandbar. And then next to it is Hotel Las Palapas, which also looks really nice, and that has some beach. So this is what you're gonna get if you're at Caracol, which is also one of the more expensive locations to stay on Playa Holbox. Somehow I was able to snag a last-minute tour. Remember, I was here for a total of 3 full days, but the problem is the first 2 days were pretty much terrible, windy, cloudy, everything was closed. So I've only had 1 day with everything open. I started to take the walk all the way to Punta Mosquito, but I walked all the way from where I was staying already. It was like hour-and-a-half walk, and then found out it was another like 2-hour walk to Punta Mosquito, 2 hours back, so I wouldn't have time to fit everything. So if you're gonna walk to Punta Mosquito, keep in mind, it's a really long walk, and it's not a walk on land. It's a walk in the water. So it's like, you know, it's like a resistance walk. You gotta really have time for it and energy for it. So I wanted to see all of the best beaches here on Isla Holbox. The top 3, Playa Holbox, which I've definitely seen. Punta Mosquito, didn't make it there. Playa Punta Cocos. So my plan was to go to Playa Punta Cocos now, since I missed Punta Mosquito. But I found a last-minute tour at 3:30. It's gonna take me to 3 really cool places. Punta Mosquito, Isla Pasión, which I know nothing about, and Yalahau, which I wasn't that excited about, but maybe it'll be cool. It's like a biosphere and a cenote. So it looks like I'm not gonna be able to go to Playa Punta Cocos, but I'm going to be able to go to Punta Mosquito, which is pretty much the #1 attraction, and I'm gonna get hauled there, so I don't have to walk all the way myself. So let's see how this tour goes. It cost me about $30 for the tour, and it's about 3 hours going to all 3 of those places. Right now I'm in the center of town. You can see I'm at the main pier. So the first stop on the tour is Yalahau, which is a natural spring, which is different than a cenote. So we're gonna see a watchtower and maybe swim in the natural spring. Welcome to Yalahau, near Holbox, Mexico. So I have made it to Punta Mosquito. Took a boat, so I cheated. I didn't walk all the way out here, but you can actually walk all the way out here. It's very pretty. We're the only ones here because it's like 5:30 at night. I think everyone else already went home. So it's very peaceful, lots of birds, and just the small group of people that came on our tour boat. I would say I actually like the beaches a little bit better, closer to town, Playa Holbox. But if you just want pure nature isolation, then yeah, make your way all out to Punta Mosquito, all the way out here. Maybe late in the day, because there's nobody here now, and I saw lots of people earlier. So welcome to Punta Mosquito, basically Mosquito Point in Holbox Island, Mexico. So even though I only ended up having really one good day at Holbox, what would I say about it? Is it a hidden gem, or has it already become a tourist trap? My official opinion is that it has not yet become a tourist trap. It's showing signs of getting that way. It's not isolated. There's a lot of people here from France, Germany, Holland, US, Mexico. But this is a Saturday, and even the main beaches weren't that crowded yet. Even less people during the week. So I would say this is not yet a tourist trap. Beautiful, milky green and blue colored, creamy, endless beaches. Friendly locals, very safe. And you could spend all day walking along the beach. Holbox Island, although maybe not hidden, is still a gem. So if you enjoyed this video, this is number 1 in my 5-video series called The Jewels of the Yucatan Peninsula. Next, I'm going to be going to the famous city of Playa del Carmen, and I'm going to do a showdown of the top 3 beaches in Playa del Carmen, so you can know which one is the best. Have you been thinking about going to Playa del Carmen instead of Cancun or Tulum? You're gonna get to see it with the real eyes. So make sure to subscribe, click like if you like this video, and see you in the next one.